Okay, so I'm gonna try and be as short and sweet as possible with this. Okay. Um, our family has always been big, loud, kind of crazy. Um, we've never been like, Ozzie and Harriet, but we've never been like the Mansons. You know what I mean? Um, we've always been stuck together and, love each other and gotten through whatever we need to get through. Sometimes there's nothing to get through. If there was, we got through it. Um, well, we moved in this beautiful property right after we had our 10th baby premature. The property owner decided that they were going to want to park their semis on the property all the time, and that caused it to where one of our younger daughters almost got run over by the semi, and one of our dogs did get run over by the semi. So we told them about it. They said, if you don't like it, you can move. We made the educated choice to move for it to be safe for our children. This property was beautiful. It had 2 homes, 4 acres. It was gorgeous for us. But we made the choice to move because it was unsafe for our children. And in doing that, we couldn't find a house big enough that, in time that would rent to us. So we chose to stay in an extended stay hotel. We were there for about 4 or 5 months. It was fine. Was it the ideal situation? No, but it was like living in an apartment type setting. There was other families there. Kids did go to school. They're homeschooled, but they went to their EA classes and they participated in their extracurriculars and things like that. It got kind of sticky around January when we got scammed. We thought we found a house. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was great. It was, oh my God, wonderful. I think it was January or February. We got scammed. We lost $5,000 in the whole thing. And we had followed all of the protocols for it too. We made sure that he had the keys. We made sure that everything was notarized. We made sure of everything. Come to find out later, the police department should not have made us leave when they did. That was actually unlawful for them to do. And technically, we still have like jurisdiction over that house right now because we were never like formally evicted. But I'm not going to go back there. I don't want to deal with it. But that's just what happened there. Found out later that they weren't supposed to kick us out when they did. Literally moved in 2 days later. They kicked us out on the sidewalk. Get out. You're trespassing. Even though we weren't, we had paperwork. It was traumatic. It was stressful. It was horrible. Because of this traumatic stress that wasn't our fault, it wasn't our doing. Me and my husband got into a pretty big argument. When people are under immense amounts of stress, and sometimes you break. Sometimes you just crack. At that moment, we cracked. It was a big argument. We threw things to make each other feel like crap. My husband made a few of my kids feel like crap. But again, this was a catalyst to everything. It was not, I don't believe it was cause to obviously take the kids. It wasn't their cause to take the kids, but they are trying to pull this argument as domestic violence, even though he never hit me, I never hit him. He never threw anything at me, nothing like that happened. So I don't know why they're pulling that argument to say there's domestic violence, but there is not. That argument was not domestic violence or whatever they want to call it. Okay. And the fact that we have always had a BDSM relationship, dominant submissive relationship, sometimes to the outside eye, things can look abusive when they're not. I don't know if that's the case on that particular situation, but I know that argument is one of the things CPS is now trying to pull up and say that they're putting in there for domestic violence, even though there was no domestic violence in that argument. So I don't know. Anyways, after that argument, our family started to break apart. Donovan ended up moving with my mom. Kira ended up moving to Pennsylvania. Everything started to break apart. And we thought it took us a couple weeks, but we were grasping it together. We're getting it together. And we thought that it was finally coming together as like a cohesive, thing. We're getting everything together. We knew we were going to be going to Sacramento because our Section 8 got approved. We knew that we were headed somewhere. Okay. So we were at the days in. Everything was fine. We were paying for our room every day. Everything was good. We had a job to go bid because it was going to be the last job that Doug was going to take in that general area of California. And so he was going to make a lot of money actually to fund the move to Sacramento. Well, to fund the rest of the move to Sacramento. We had already begun moving there. It was the final push. And so we left Sophia, our 14-year-old, with the kids. Douglas was her second in command, kind of. She's 14. She can take care of the kids. All that had to be done is all that had to be done was that she fed dinner, baths, TV, and bed. That was pretty much it. And it wasn't that difficult. She didn't think it was that difficult. She was like, yeah, Mom, I got it, no problem. I've been doing this for a while. Blah, blah, blah. And she had been. She's 14. She knows what the routine is in the house. She's been around it forever. I had total faith in her. My husband had questions, but I had complete faith in her. And I was like, okay, well, let's do this. We were gone for 2 hours. I kid you not, 2 hours. An hour after we left, 45 minutes after we left, Sophia called to say everything was fine. She was checking in. Mind you, she never checks in, but I was so pleased that she checked in because I'm like, okay, this is awesome. She checked in. So everything was fine. Everything was great. Go ahead and finish what you're doing. Okay, great. Fine. She called back about 20 minutes later saying that Michaela had thrown a fit. So I got on the phone. I diffused the argument, diffused everything. It was fine. Hung up. Literally 20 minutes later, it took me time to go into the mall and go to the bathroom and come out. That was literally the amount of time from the time I got off the phone with Sophia the second time to this time. I'm going to tell you right now. The cops called saying that they're at the place because, Michaela got out. What? 20 minutes ago I talked to Sophia, everything was fine. So we get there about half an hour later, and they, I guess, have decided that they're going to do a WIC 300 on them. Even though Michaela literally walked, I'd say, 30 feet. I'm going to guess. Our hotel room was right here. She came out of the room, walked right here, and walked right there. She didn't even leave the property. She didn't leave the parking lot. She didn't leave the property, nothing. She was dressed. She was clothed. She was clean. She got brought back to the room. Everything was fine. Sophia was in the pool, literally, here's where Michaela was. Sophia was, in the pool over here. So, it's not like she wasn't being supervised. She was right there. They decided they're going to take all the kids because of that. There was food, clothes, shelter. They were clean. Nobody was injured. We had never had a prior CPS situation where the kids had to be taken from our home. We've never had a warranted or a founded CPS report ever. Never had any kind of history of drug abuse, nothing like that. So it's completely confused of why they're taking my kids when legally they're supposed to offer you services. They're supposed to offer you things in order to keep the children in the home. Legally, I will cite the code in the comment box below where it says that they are literally supposed to offer these things to you. In the court documents, it says for them to fill out. It says, we have efficiently provided services and everything in our power to ensure that children not be removed from the home. Excuse me? No, you did not. First time I met you, you took the kids. Never had CPS called before like this. And for this reason or this incident or even in this decade or, you know what I mean? And so, I took the kids. Lied to us and said we could get them back the next day. Didn't get them back the next day. Did not get a detention hearing in 48 hours like you're legally supposed to. We got it 96 hours later. Didn't even know the judge wasn't even legal to actually give the detention order because he didn't know if he held jurisdiction because my husband has Native American blood and so the children Native American. So we don't even know if the court even holds jurisdiction even now because the Indian Council has not, the tribes haven't come through and claimed the children or anything yet. They still have time. So the court doesn't hold jurisdiction right now. No orders can be made without jurisdiction. Even if the detention order was to be honored and validated, that order is only good for 15 days. Okay. WIC 300 hold is 48 hours. Detention hearing order is 15 days. It's been 3.5 months. We've had no jurisdiction hearing, nothing's gone on, nothing. They lied to us and told us that if we waive time, that means that we get, that the hearing will come faster. It won't take as long. The process won't take as long. So my husband waived time, and therefore I ended up kind of having to waive time, even though I didn't really waive time. I kind of had to because he did. But they lied to us and told us that it would make things go quicker, not slower. We didn't have a jurisdiction hearing until September, which is ridiculous. We're supposed to have a jurisdiction hearing within the first 3 weeks, 15 days. Don't have it. So they violated everywhere. So legally, like, I have custody of my children right now, physical and everything. They are supposed to let the children come back to me pending the jurisdiction hearing. But they haven't. They've hid my kids all over the state. They're also supposed to keep them together or keep them as close to me as possible. I live in Stanislaus County. I've lived in Stanislaus County since they were taken. We had a Stanislaus County address. They knew our Section 8 was getting approved in Sacramento, which we ended up losing and then ended up getting back later. We have it again now. But anyways, so yeah, the whole thing that they've done is completely blah. But I'm not going to go too much more into that because that's going to be for other videos and where we discuss jurisdiction and the lawyers and all that stuff. This is probably going to be the last, like, sit-down video I have. The rest of them are kind of like vlog style and kind of like us showing you what they're doing and how they're treating us and what's going on and things like that. I'll do a short little blurb before each video telling you what the video is about and a little short blurb after, kind of clearing everything up. But I hope you guys can follow the series. I'm not a professional videographer or whatever. I'm a professional photographer, but not, webcam stuff, whatever. Hoping y'all follow it. I'm hoping y'all can appreciate the fact that I'm just trying to get the information out there as best as I can. So if you have any questions, comments, anything, let me know down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to tell your story to me, hit me up. Let's tell the story. All right. Bye.